Peace and blessings. How you doing? Father Augustino here. Today is Friday of the 5th week of Lent, and this is your daily meditation. We're taking this from John chapter 11, verses 32 to 37. And it says, "Then Mary, when she came where Jesus was and saw him, fell at his feet, saying to him, 'Lord, if you had been here, my brother would not have died.' When Jesus saw her weeping, and the Jews who came with her also weeping, he was deeply moved in spirit and troubled. And he said, 'Where have you laid him?' They said to him, 'Lord, come and see.' Jesus wept. So the Jews said, 'See how he loved him.' But some of them said, 'Could not he who opened the eyes of the blind man have kept this man from dying?'" Quick question. Bible quiz. What is the shortest Bible verse in the entire Bible? It's what we just read. John chapter 11, verse 35. Jesus wept. It's just two words, the shortest Bible verse, and perhaps one of the most shocking. Jesus wept? Well, wouldn't it have seemed like natural for him to say, "Don't you guys worry. Hey, chin up," right? Watch what's going to happen. Hey, come on. Let's keep it positive. I don't know, something like that. No. Jesus, knowing that he was going to wake Lazarus up, as he said earlier in this same chapter, wept. I mean, not even talking about the fact that Jesus wept? What? This is incredible how God enters in to our suffering and feels with us. This is called authentic empathy. And there's a couple great talks about it on the internet, talking about how to enter in with somebody. Now, I'm not saying the spiritual transference or taking on someone's depression or I'm not saying that. I'm not saying even an unhealthy, just a rehashing of self-centered suffering. Sometimes you just gotta tell people, hey, you gotta snap out of it. But no, I'm talking about real empathy, of walking with somebody, truly listening to them and truly sharing. Empathos means to suffer with somebody. So oftentimes, I don't know how it is with you guys, but you see somebody suffering, and at least in my background, it's like, hey, suck it up. Hey, come on. Hey, no tears around here. Hey, we got work to do, okay? You could talk about this later. And it might be true. It may not be at that precise moment a time to cry, a time to process, okay? Sometimes we have to realize that we're feeling things and still be faithful to the task that's at hand. I get it. You parents understand that. But there's definitely a lesson here of how Jesus was just with them in their pain and wept with them. Oftentimes, it's described as not just hearing somebody, but making sure somebody knows that they're being heard. To walk with them and accompany them in their good times and even in their bad times, most especially their bad times. In fact, my experience is that people remember more that you were with them in their bad times than they do in their good times. Jesus wept. I was speaking with a friend of mine who's a doctor up in Queens, and she was just describing to me how powerless she feels. We do need to be praying for our health care professionals, but she needed someone to hear her on a different side. She needed to share her heart, not as a doctor, but just as a daughter. I listened to her, gave her some advice on how to pray, and made sure that she knew that she could bring her patients and all the situations that she's seeing these days to the Lord and let Him do the rest. She needed to be heard. Jesus, we can argue, needed to weep with Mary and those who are suffering. Why? Not because God needed to weep, but because we needed Him to be with us in those moments. He is with us in these moments. Don't doubt it. Weeping with us. Always with the plan of raising us from the dead. We'll see you tomorrow in this your daily Lenten meditation. God bless you.